Hello students, welcome to memoneet. I am Shahin Mahmood, currently studying third year MBBS from College of Medicine and JNM Hospital, Kalyani. I am also SAB Biology at memoneet. So today we will discuss BBT 22 full part. So let's start. First question is saying that blood is a mobile connective tissue, liquid connective tissue, both first and second, or semi-solid connective tissue. Blood is basically mobile and liquid connective tissue. Know that blood is a liquid type and it also transports from one part of the body to another part of the body. Third option is our correct answer for this question. Then blood group antigens are found in hemoglobin molecule, on the plasma protein, found on RBC, or none. So blood group antigen found on the RBC. Third option is our correct answer. Which of the following is considered as the pacemaker of the human heart? SA node, AV node, Purkinje fiber, or bundle of his? You know that SA node is considered as the pacemaker of the human heart. Then next question. It is saying that which of these has a double closed type circulatory system? Cockroach and fish, fish and frog, earthworm and human, birds and human. So birds and human have closed type of circulatory system. Fourth option is our correct answer. Duration of cardiac cycle. You know that duration of cardiac cycle, that is 0.8 seconds. First option is our correct answer. So how you can calculate this? You know that our heart beats 72 per minute. So 60 divided by 72, that will be approximately 0.8. Okay, this is how you can calculate. Then the second heart sound dub is associated with opening of semilunar valve, opening of AV valve, closure of AV valve, and then the next option what is saying that closure of semilunar valve. So first heart sound you know that is love, and second heart sound is dub. Okay, the second heart sound dub is associated with closure of semilunar valve. So fourth option here is our correct answer. So when semilunar valve closes and then it occurs the sound, that is dub. Then formed element constitute what percentage of blood? You know that formed element constitute only 45% of the blood. Second option is our correct answer. Then question number 108. How do parasympathetic neural signals affect the working of the heart? Reduce parasympathetic. Okay, so parasympathetic system, what it does, it basically reduces both heart rate and cardiac output. It is absolutely correct that sympathetic neural signal on heart increases both heart rate and cardiac output. Okay, so heart rate is not correct. It is not correct. There's like, so one thing you can remember for sympathetic and parasympathetic. So sympathetic increases heart rate as well as cardiac output. Then parasympathetic decreases heart rate and cardiac output. Rest all places sympathetic system decreases and parasympathetic system increases basically, except dilation or constriction of pupil. Suppose if you can example that during for eating food, what sympathetic system will does, it will decrease the gastric system, and stimulation, and parasympathetic system will increase the stimulation, like this. The first option is the parasympathetic neural signal reduce both heart and cardiac output. Then question number 109. Lap and dub sounds are due to opening of heart valves, action of papillary muscle, closing of heart valves, or activity of pacemaker. You know that. Okay, I don't need to explain. 109 question. I mean, if you can't answer this question, I don't know what you will do. Lab and dub. So you can take an example. Okay, so if suppose this is my phone. Okay, and this is you can see, suppose this I am creating a valve. So when this is opening, is there any sound? I don't think there is any sound. But when this closing, there is something sound. You can listen here, some sound. This is the same thing. So lab and dub heart sounds are produced due to closing of heart valves. Third option is our correct answer. Then question number 110. A tricuspid valve is found in between sinus, venous and right atrium. Sinus, venous and right atrium. Then right atrium and right ventricle, left atrium, ventricle and aorta. So we will just make a imaginary heart like this, and then we will do this. That atrium is for one trick. If you don't remember that atrium and ventricle actually कहाँ पे होता है, so A for atrium it will be ऊपर and B for ventricle it will be नीचे. Okay. Left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, right ventricle. Tricuspid valve is found between right atrium and right ventricle here. Tricuspid valve. Three cusp is there. Okay. Three cusp is there. And bicuspid valve is found between left atrium and left ventricle. The second option is our correct answer. Then question number 111. What it is saying that correctly match the column first with column second. Fishes, you know that fishes have two chambered heart. Amphibia have three chambered heart, right? Amphibia have three chambered heart. Crocodile have four chambered heart. Then mammals also have four chambered heart. So our correct answer for this question will be option number 3rd. Then question number 112. As it is also match the column type question, we will see same type of question simultaneously. So match the items in column first and column second. Fibrinogen, you know that. What is the function of fibrinogen? Fibrinogen helps in blood clotting. What is the function of globulin? Globulin helps in defense mechanism. And what is the function of albumin? It helps in osmotic balance. So our correct answer is option number 4. Then question number 113, right? 113. It is saying that bicuspid valve, where it is present? Valve is present where? Which part of the body? Bicuspid valve is present inside our heart, between left atrium and left ventricle. Then nephron is present in our kidney. Okay, then alveoli is present in our where? Lungs. And cerebrum is present in our brain. So our correct answer for this question will be second option. Okay. Then question number 114. It is also match the following type of question you can see. So tunica externa, tunica media, tunica intima and epicardium. So blood vessels have three layers. One is externa, outer layer, then have the intermedia like something like this, and then tunica media, the innermost layer. Okay. So tunica externa is a fibrous collagen fiber. Then tunica media is single layer of smooth elastic fiber. Tunica media is smooth elastic. I am just marking here and there. Tunica media is smooth elastic. Tunica intima is single layer of epithelial cell. Epicardium is found in heart, not in blood. So it is double walled membranous bag. So is our correct answer. Second option will be our correct answer. Then question number 115. As it is saying that valves. So what is the function of valves? It prevents the backflow of the blood. What is the function of AV node? It forms the interarterial septum. AV node. Okay. So suppose this is our heart. It remains something like here. SA node here and then AV node. And second heart sound, you know that second heart sound is due to closure of aortic valve. Aortic valve is the semilunar valve. SA node is present in the right atrium. So correct here is second option will be your correct answer. Then question number 116. Which one of the statement is correct? Albumin helps in osmotic balance. Correct. Then plasma without clotting factor is called serum. Plasma without clotting factor is also known as serum. It is also correct. And globulin are involved in defense mechanism. We just solved this question. It is also correct. So all of the statements are correct. Fourth is our correct answer. Then question number 170. As it is saying that properties of RBCs are Divide of nucleus, human RBC are divided of nucleus. So if you nothing is written here, you will assume that it is talking for human. So divide of nucleus, then formed in bone marrow. Is it RBCs are formed in bone marrow? Do you think this is correct? Yes, RBCs are formed in bone marrow. And possess healing properties. Does RBCs have healing property? No, RBC doesn't have healing properties. Then biconcave in shape. RBCs are biconcave in shape. It helps in blood clotting. Does RBC helps in blood clotting? Do you think? So this is also not correct. RBC doesn't help in blood clotting. So correct statement for RBC, first, second and fourth. Second option is the correct answer. It's then leukocyte. Leukocyte, what it is? Leukocyte means WBC. They are nucleated. Are WBC is nucleated? Tell me. Are WBC nucleated? Yes, they are nucleated. So they are denucleated like RBC, not correct. They are 6,000 to 8,000 per cubic kilometer of blood, correct. They are long lived, no, they are short lived, so it is correct. So first, third and fifth. First, third and fifth. Fourth option is our first, third, sorry. So here fourth option will be your correct answer. Then we have two statements we need to tell about their is it correct or not correct. The statement first is given that by determining the number of QRX complex, we can determine the heartbeat rate of individual. It is correct. In electrocardiograph, we have this. P wave, this is QRX complex, and this is T wave. It is arterial depolarization, then it is ventricular depolarization, and it is ventricular repolarization. The number of QRX complex represent the number of heartbeat, that is ventricular depolarization, that is ventricular systole, okay, ventricular systole, pumping of blood. So it is correct. Both statements are correct. First option is our correct answer. Then question number 120. It is saying that a statement first, the walls of the artery are much thicker than those of the ventricles. So the walls are not thicker in arteria, it is more thicker in the for ventricles basically. I mean, if you can see that the left arteria receives the impure blood from two great veins, anterior vena cava and posterior vena cava. So the left arteria receives oxygenated blood from pulmonary vein, while right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from superior and inferior vena cava. So it is incorrect. So both statements are incorrect. Second is our correct option. Then next statement based question, it is saying that statement first, erythrocyte or red blood cells are biconcave in shape and nucleated. So does erythrocyte are nucleated? No, erythrocytes are not nucleated. Then biconcave shape provides a similar smaller surface for binding of oxyhemoglobin. Biconcave shape produces larger surface area for binding of hemoglobin. So both statements are incorrect. Second option is our correct answer. And question number 122. The RH group should also be matched before transfusion, correct? RH group also need to be matched. Is it RH positive, RH negative? So an RH negative blood, if exposed to RH positive blood, will form a specific antibody against RH antigen. It is absolutely correct. Okay. So if RH negative blood is exposed to RH positive blood, that will form a specific antibody against RH antigen. Both statements are correct. First option is our correct answer. Then question number 123. What it is saying that the circulatory pattern are of two types, open and closed, correct? You know that only two types of system is there. Most improved is closed, that is present in human, and open circulatory system is present in arthropods and mollusks, in which blood pumped by the heart passes through large vessels into the open spaces of the body cavity is called sinuses. It is correct. But closed system there is like difference because that is not in the open spaces. It does travels in the specific functions or specific organs, we can also say, for location different, not in closed spaces. So both are correct statement. First option is our correct answer. Then question number 124. It is saying that O group individual are called universal donors. Yes, they are universal donors. In all these individual, both A and B types of antigen. There are both A and B type of antigen. No. So blood group O have no antigen, and this have anti-A and anti-B antibody. So first statement is correct, but second statement is not correct. So third is our correct answer. Then question number 125. As it is saying that the sinoatrial or SA node is called the pacemaker, correct. Why is called this pacemaker? Second statement. SA node is responsible for initiating and maintaining the rhythmic contractile activity of the heart. It is also correct. I will tell a concept here which our teacher told during my NEET preparation. Suppose this is our heart. You know that you have SA node, you have the AV node, you have the Purkinje fiber. Just tell me, if this SA node doesn't work, will the heart pump? What is the function of like AV node, then Purkinje fiber? They have different kind of certain function. But tell me, if the SA node doesn't work or if it fails today, does heart will pump? Yes, it will pump, but the pumping efficiency will decrease. So SA node will, suppose it will pump like 70 to 80 beats per minute. AV node have less capacity. It can pump like 60 to 70 beats or less than that per minute. It is like that. So SA node basically initiates the contractile activity of heart and also maintain the rhythmic activity of the heart. So both statements are correct. First is our correct answer. Then question number 126. The function of conducting part in the respiratory system of human is clears foreign particle, humidifies atmospheric air and brings the air to body temperature. So function of conducting part of the respiratory system of human is all of the above. Clear foreign particle. So conducting part means up to which, you know that. So it is basically conducting part means it is basically from nose to the terminal bronchiole. Nose to terminal bronchiole. So it have the function of clear foreign particle, definitely clear foreign particle, which have the nasal hairs, which humidifies the atmospheric air and brings the air to body temperature. All of the above are function of the conducting part. Then 127. Okay. 127, it is saying that which of the following steps not involved in respiration? Diffusion of gases across the alveolar membrane, transport of gases by blood, provided nutrients to all living cells of the body, utilization of O2 by the cells for catabolic reaction and resultant release of CO2. Which of the following is not involved in respiration? What do you think? Diffusion of gases in alveolar membrane, it does occur. Transport of gases, it does occur. Provide nutrients to all of the living cells of the body is not involved with respiration. It is involved through like different. Okay. It is digestion, right? So utilization of O2 by the cells for catabolic reaction and resultant, it is also right. So third option is our correct answer. Then question number 198. Inspiration can occur when pressure within lungs is less than atmospheric pressure. Inspiration. Okay. So pressure will be from high pressure will go from high pressure to low pressure. So if atmospheric pressure is high and pressure within lungs is low, then we can breathe. And when expiration, the vice versa occurs. The pressure of lungs will be high, the pressure of atmosphere will be low around you. Okay. This is so inspiration can occur when pressure in lungs is less than the atmospheric pressure. First is our correct answer. This is pressure is this is for expiration. expiration. If the pressure is same, there will be no inspiration, no expiration. Then question number 129. It is saying that the binding of oxygen with hemoglobin primarily related to partial pressure of O2, partial pressure of CO2, H plus concentration or temperature. So the binding of oxygen to hemoglobin is primarily related to partial pressure of oxygen. The first option is our correct answer. That the higher the partial pressure of O2, the more oxygen will bind to hemoglobin. This is due to principle of gas exchange. A gas moves from higher concentration to lower concentration. We just solved this. Then question number 130. It is saying that, okay, which of the following centers can moderate the function of respiratory rhythm center? Which of the moderate the function of respiratory rhythm center? RRC. Dorsal respiratory system, ventral respiratory system, pneumotaxic center or chemosensitive center. Pneumotaxic center can moderate the function of respiratory rhythm center is present in the pons of the hindbrain. Okay, it can alter duration of inspiration and it is capable of moderating the function of respiratory rhythm center. Then question number 131. It is saying that total volume of air accommodated in the lungs at the end of forced inspiration. So that is at the end of this is forced expiration. We are forcing. So it is saying forced inspiration. This is forced inspiration. We are like normal inspiration expiration occurs, but it is forced. This is forced inspiration, and the total amount of volume accumulated in the lungs after forced inspiration is total lung capacity. Okay, at the end of forced inspiration, and it basically includes residual volume, expiratory reserve volume, tidal volume, and inspiratory reserve volume. Fourth option is our correct answer. Then question number 132. Which of the following group of animals use lungs for respiration? These are reptiles, birds and mammals. So third option is our correct answer. And which of the following factors can affect the rate of diffusion of gases? Thickness of the membrane involved in the diffusion, solubility or pressure of the gases. So all of these basically can affect the rate of diffusion of gases. Fourth option is our correct answer. Then question number 134. Which of the following volumes or capacities of the lungs cannot be measured by spirometer? You know that is residual volume. But also you need to remember that whatever the capacity in which residual volume is included, you can't also measure that by spirometer directly. So residual volume, functional residual capacity. What is functional residual capacity? And what is total lung capacity? Total lung capacity, you know, you will have this. You will have this one, residual volume here, and residual capacity, residual volume, functional residual capacity. This functional residual capacity is basically the volume of air remain in the lungs after normal inhalation. Okay, normal exhalation. That means residual volume and expiratory reserve volume. So it is the residual volume is coming here. That's why we also can't measure this. So fourth option is our correct answer. Then question number 135. Which of the following is correct? Alveoli, the pressure P of O2. What is the P of O2 in alveoli? Oh, sorry, 135. I'm sorry. 135. When there is no air in the initial bronchiole, they do not collapse. It is due to lecithin, incomplete cartilaginous ring, complete cartilaginous ring, or transformed elastic cartilage. When there is no air in initial bronchiole, they do not collapse because presence of the incomplete cartilaginous ring. Second option is our correct answer. Then question number 136, section B. It is saying that we have to match the pressure. So alveoli pressure, it is 104 millimeter of Hg. Then partial pressure of CO2 is 45 millimeter of Hg, and for tissue it is also almost 45 to 40 millimeter of Hg. The third option is our correct answer. Then match the following and mark the correct option. Some organisms are given. So earthworm will be matched with moist cuticle respiratory organ. Arthropod will be matched with arthropod, especially for aquatic arthropods. Aquatic arthropod, what happens that through spiracle air enters, then it enters into the trachea. What does this trachea? That doesn't mean that we have the same thing. It is basically network of tube. And it is distributed over all over the body of the aquatic arthropods. Okay, so air enters through spiracle and trachea is the respiratory organ for them. So, and then fishes have, fishes have gills, and birds and reptiles, obviously we have the respiratory organ, that is lungs. So correct answer is second option. Then question number 138. Match the following columns. And all this is given. The tidal volume, you know that the tidal volume is 500, that is the less tidal volume, right? Tidal volume is 500 ml of air. Then inspiratory reserve volume is 500 to 3000 ml of air. Expiratory reserve volume is 1200 ml of air approximately. Sorry, it is not 1200. It is approximately 1100 ml of air, but it is 1000 is given, so we will best consider this. And its real volume is 1200 ml of air. Inspiratory capacity is this 3000 to 3500 ml of air. So correct answer is second option. Okay, question number 139. It is saying that which of the following is true? 20 to 25% of CO2 transmitted by RBC. Correct. 97% of O2 transmitted by RBC. Correct. 70% of CO2 is carried as bicarbonate. Correct. So all of these are correct statements. Which of the following statements are correct? A high concentration of carbonic anhydride is present in RBC. Correct. Minute quantities of carbonic anhydride are present in plasma. Correct. Every 100 ml of blood delivers approximately 4 ml of CO2 to the alveoli. It is also correct. 20 to 25% of CO2 carried by hemoglobin as carbaminohemoglobin. Carbaminohemoglobin, that is transported, that 25% of CO2 transported by RBC, that is carbaminohemoglobin. It is also correct. So all of these are correct. Third option is our correct answer. Question number 141. So, which of the part of the nephron is not situated in the cortical region of the kidney? Malpighian body, PCT, DCT or loop of Henle. So, loop of Henle is not situated in the cortical region of the kidney. Fourth option is the correct answer. Cortical nephron and medullary nephron. In medullary nephron, loop of Henle you can see, long loop of Henle. Part of nephron that is not situated in the cortical region, that is loop of Henle. Then 142. Conditional reabsorption of Na plus and water takes place. Conditional reabsorption. This takes place in PCT, DCT, Henle's loop or Bowman's capsule. So conditional reabsorption of Na plus and water takes place in distal convoluted tubule. You can also read the explanation here. This concept related about the conditional reabsorption. When does the reabsorption will occur? Not every time this will occur. Okay, Na plus and water. Then micturition is due to relaxation of smooth muscle of the urinary bladder, contraction of urethral sphincter, relaxation of urethral sphincter, peristalsis of ureter. So micturition is due to relaxation of urethral sphincter. Third option is our correct answer. Then question number 144. 144. It is saying that which of the following is not a feature of cortical nephron. So cortical nephron, that means these are more common, approximately 85% of the nephron. Correct. The glomeruli are in the outer cortex. Correct. The loop of Henle extends to short distance into the medulla. It's correct. In medullary nephron, the loop of Henle is long. They are associated with vasa recta. No, they are not associated with vasa recta. medullary nephron associated with vasa recta. So not correct, fourth option, not feature. Which of the next question 145, which of the following does not favor the formation of large quantities of dilute urine? So ANF, arterial natriuretic factor, alcohol, caffeine or renin. So renin increases the blood volume and therefore does not favor the formation of large quantity of dilute urine, fourth option. So if you, one thing I am telling, if you drinking more amount of caffeine, like when you do more amount of study, you need to go more times bathroom, more frequently, okay, because more dilute urine will be produced, okay. Next question number 146. It is saying that which is not correctly matched. Malpighian tubule, cockroach, correct. Antenatal glands planaria is not correct. Okay. So the antenatal glands planaria is not correct. Antenatal glands are found in crustacean, not in planaria. Planaria have phlegm cells or protonephridia for excretion or osmoregulation. Then nephridia, earthworm, protonephridia, amphioxus. Okay, is the type of, you know that amphioxus is a type of like animal, you know that it belongs to cephalochordata. Okay, so second option is your correct answer. And question number 147, you need to match glycosuria. What does you mean by glycosuria? Glycoman means glucose, so presence of glucose in urine, suria, second option. Then ketonuria, presence of ketone body in urine. And glomerulonephritis, itis means inflammation in glomeruli of kidney. Uremia means excess of urea in blood. Which is the correct answer? Third option is our correct answer. A second, then B fourth, and C first, and then D is third. Okay. Then question number 148. It is saying that as the glomerular filtrate courses the tubule, its composition and osmotic concentration change due to tubular reabsorption. Which of the following is an incorrect match regarding the segment of nephron and osmotic concentration of the filtrate? Okay. The proximal convoluted tubule isotonic to blood plasma, it is correct. Okay. Then descending lip of Henle's loop is hypertonic, ascending lip of Henle's loop hypotonic, and Bowman's capsule is not hypotonic. Okay, the filtrate of Bowman's capsule is isotonic to the blood. So fourth option is our correct answer. Then question number 149. Which statement is not true regarding reabsorption? Nearly 99% of the filtrate has to be reabsorbed by renal tubules. It is absolutely correct. And 99% of the filtrate has to be reabsorbed by the renal tubules. Then nearly all the essential nutrients are reabsorbed in the PCT, 70 to 80%. 70 to 80%. And DCT is also capable of reabsorption of bicarbonate ion. Okay, so it is also correct. Then reabsorption of hydrogen and potassium ions occurs in DCT. It is not correct. In DCT there is secretion of H plus and K plus ion, not reabsorption. Fourth option is our correct answer. And question number 150. So if Henle's loop were absent from mammalian nephron, which of the following is to be expected? Okay. So Henle's loop absent from mammalian nephron, it will be except Henle's loop. There will be no urine formation. No, there will be urine formation, but the urine will be more diluted. There will be hardly any changes in the quantity and quantity of the urine formation. Okay. There will be some change, not like there will be hardly any. There will be some change. There is no urine formation. This is not correct. There will be urine formation. I have told. The urine will be more concentrated. No, the urine will be more diluted. So fourth option. Loop of Henle is concerned with concentration of urine. The absence of loop of Henle results in passing out dilute urine. So fourth option is our correct answer for this question. Now we will be moving towards the part 2, section A. First question is match the following, 151. It is saying that about valves, tricuspid valve, bicuspid valve, semilunar valve, and about the location. So if you see this, if we draw a schematic diagram of heart, suppose this is our heart, imagine this is our heart, this is right atrium, this is right ventricle, This is left atrium, this is left ventricle. So tricuspid valve is present between right atrium and right ventricle, okay, 3 cusp. Then bicuspid valve is present between left atrium and left ventricle. This is like this, okay. And cycloidal valve is present between right ventricle and pulmonary artery. So our correct answer will be option number first. A will be right atrium and right ventricle. Then B will be left atrium, left ventricle, and this is pulmonary artery and right ventricle. Then question number 152. 152. Right? As it is saying that match the following columns. So blood group A, B, AB and O, and we have to match antigen as well as antibody. So blood group A have antigen A. Blood group B have antigen B. Blood group AB have antigen AB, and blood group O doesn't have any antigen. Okay, so antigen present on the surface of the RBC. Antibodies present on blood group A is anti-B. Then in blood group B it is anti-A, and in AB blood group there is no antibody, and there is in O blood group there is anti-A and anti-B antibody. So correct answer will be option number third. Then moving to the next question, it is saying it is also match the following type, as we can see. Okay, this is a very good question. I mean, this question will take your time. If you don't solve it, like you can't solve this in 10 seconds. You need to think of it. But you also have to this question asking 2-3 questions in one single question. So please try to solve this kind of question in like a less amount of time to strengthen your concept. So fish does have 2-chambered heart. What does fish have more? Fish does have single circulation. Okay, fish does have single circulation. And amphibia does have 3-chambered heart, and they have incomplete double circulation. It doesn't have the single circulation, but they have incomplete double circulation. Then birds have 4-chambered heart like us, and they have double circulation. So our correct answer for this question will be option number third. Moving to the next question, question number 154. It is saying blood pressure, hypertension and hypotension. Blood pressure, you know that blood pressure, basically what is blood pressure? That pressure applied by flowing blood on the walls of arteries. This is the definition of blood pressure. And what is the normal blood pressure? That is 120, 120 and 80 mm of Hg. Hypertension, that means more blood pressure. So blood pressure higher than normal, okay, and it is approximately 140 to 140 is the systolic and 90 is the diastolic blood pressure. Then hypotension, blood pressure lower than normal. It is 100 is like the normal is 120, so if that reduces, that is 100, that we can call as hypotension, and also systolic diastolic blood pressure also reduces, that is 70. So correct answer is option number second. Then moving towards the question number 155. Let's see what it is saying. It is saying that it is also match the following type of question. Okay, so cardiac arrest. What is cardiac arrest? You know that cardiac arrest means heart suddenly stops beating. That is cardiac arrest. Arrest means when someone suddenly catches and put handcuff on them. So that is arrest. Okay, so the heart is also same thing, that heart stop beating. Okay, heart stop beating is cardiac arrest. And heart failure. What is the difference between heart failure and cardiac arrest? Heart failure happens when blood is not blood is not pumping blood effectively. And cardiac arrest is that it just stops. It just stops. Heart beating stops. Heart stops beating. And now the reason is like that could be anything. Okay, but heart failure specifically means that heart could not able to pump the blood efficiently. That is the heart failure. Okay. Now heart attack. Okay, there is like so many terms. This is a I will say this is a good question. This question can confuse a lot of people. Like what is cardiac arrest, what is heart failure, what is heart attack, they don't know. So heart attack means heart attack. So when someone is attacking, what do you mean? Is that someone is applying some force or you are being injured, something like that. Okay. So heart attack means heart muscle suddenly damages. Okay. Heart attack means heart muscle suddenly damages. That is the heart attack. And what is angina? Angina means acute chest pain. Suddenly you have like very acute chest pain. In MBBS you will see the very there is a whole chapter on this, and there is like angina, and they have a GTN, glycerol trinitrate, that is given as sublingually to treat the condition. You don't need to know this much, but if you can solve the question, then you are good to go. Okay, so the correct answer will be option number third. Then question number 1 56. It is saying match the following again. Lymphatic system. This match the following type of questions is given to like to strengthen your concept so that you know to cover the whole chapter actually. So now valves we have covered, then systems, solution system we have covered, everything getting covered in this match the following type of only. So lymphatic system. So what do you mean by lymphatic system? That is means that what is the function? That to drain back the tissue fluid to circulatory fluid. This is the function of lymphatic system. Then what is the function of pulmonary vein? Pulmonary vein basically carries the oxygenated blood, okay, from the lungs. Then thrombocyte, you know that thrombocyte is helps in coagulation of blood, and lymphocyte helps in immune responses. So correct answer will be option number 3. Okay, option number 3 will be our correct answer for this question. Next question 157. Okay, this is given for ECG. It is saying for PO. Okay, we will draw it. No matter. This is POF, this is QRF and TOF. Okay. So what is the function of POF? So what does POF means? POF means depolarization of artery. Depolarization of artery. And then what does QRX complex means? QRX complex means depolarization of ventricles. And what does TOF means? TOF means depolarization of ventricles. Depolarization of arteria you can't see. Okay. Depolarization of arteria can't see. Reduction is the size of TOF. If the TOF reduces to size like this, from this to this, what does it mean? It means that coronary ischemia. Okay, heart is not getting enough oxygen. That is why TOF is reduced. So, our correct answer for this will be option number 1. Then assertion reason question we will check 158. It is saying that 158. The TOF represents the return of ventricle from an excited to normal state. Okay, is this statement true? Yes, that this statement is true. Now it is saying that the contraction starts shortly after Q and marks the beginning of the systole. Okay, marks the beginning of the systole, while the TOF, whereas the end of TOF marks the end of systole. QRS. Yes, it is correct actually. It is actually correct. So both statements are correct, but they are not verifying each other. I mean, there is not related, there is no relation between them. So, second option will be the correct answer. Then 159. It is saying that heart failure means that state of heart when it is not pumping blood effectively to meet the body's need. Do you think this is correct? Okay, this is correct. Heart failure means that heart could not able to pump the blood. So, what is cardiac arrest? Cardiac arrest, heart suddenly stops beating. What does heart attack means? It's the heart muscle suddenly get injured. Okay, then the reason heart failure and cardiac arrest are the same. This is not correct. We just have discussed. So only assertion is correct. So our correct answer will be third option. Assertion is true, but reason is false. Then question number 160. It is saying that O group individuals are called universal donors. Universal donors. Okay. O blood group doesn't have antigen A and B. Yes, it is correct. O group blood have, more specifically O negative. Then O blood group doesn't have antigen A and B. It is also correct. Okay. So there is less chance of rejection. That's why they are called as donors. Both are correct. So first option will be your correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question. Question number 161. It is saying that assertion blood group O do not have antigen. Blood group O do not have antigen. Is it correct? Yes. Blood group O doesn't have any antigen. It does have anti-A and anti-B. And reason blood group have anti-A and anti-B antibodies. Okay. So these two are correct statement. But the thing is that this is also basically for RH incompatibility. You can see the concept that this is not correct. That blood group O do not have antigen. This is correct. But blood group O have anti-antibody. This is the reason. This is not the correct thing. Okay. Because the location of the antibody and antigen is on the different thing. Okay, one is in plasma, one is in the RBC surface. So the second option will be your correct answer. Then question number 162. It is saying that normal activities of the heart are regulated intrinsically, auto-regulated by specialized muscle, nodal tissue, hence are called as myogenic. It is correct. Then a special neural center in the medulla oblongata can moderate cardiac function through autonomic nervous system, which is absolutely correct. So if we put a because here, it is saying that now that normal activities of the heart regulated intrinsically, auto-regulated by specialized muscles. So this is different thing. Okay, so ANS and this the myogenic, heart is myogenic, this is not related. That's why both statements are correct, but assertion is not the correct explanation. For the reason is not the correct explanation for the assertion. So second option will be the best suitable answer. Question number, there is always some confusion in assertion reason question, but you have to choose the best suitable answers. Question number 163. On touching the radial artery in our wrist, we feel pulse waves. Okay, radial artery in our wrist, we feel pulse waves. Suppose this is where you can see. Now, reason the heartbeat originates from SA node on the right atrium. Okay, so on touching radial artery on wrist, we see pulse waves. Correct. The heartbeat originates from SA node. You also know that. You know that right atrium. Yeah, SA node. So both are correct, but this is not the reason that we feel pulse on our wrist. So both are correct, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. Then question number 164, I guess, yeah. It is saying that acute chest pain symptoms appear when excess oxygen reaches the heart muscle, a condition called angina pectoris. Not at all. It is like less oxygen is present, like absence of oxygen. Then angina pectoris is more common among middle age and elderly. It is correct actually, but angina pectoris can happen with anyone. So assertion is false, but reason is true. You can also say. So it is also correct. So assertion is false, but reason is true. Fourth option is our correct answer. Then 165. So heart is mesodermally derived organ situated where in the thoracic cavity in between the two lungs, slightly tilted to the left. So our correct answer for this question will be question number 2. Option number 2. Sorry. Then question number 166. It is saying that in amphibians and reptiles, the left atrium receives oxygenated blood from the gills or lungs or skin, and the right atrium gets the deoxygenated blood from the other body parts. However, they get mixed up in a single ventricle which pumps out mixed blood is called as, you know that is incomplete double circulation. Third option is our correct answer. Then question number 167. A healthy individual has dash grams of hemoglobin in every 100 grams of blood. So a healthy individual have 12 to 16 gram of hemoglobin in 100 gram of blood. 100 ml of blood. Okay. How can this be? Then question number 168, right? It is saying that assertion CO2 transport occurs at a very fast through RBC with respect to O2. CO2 transport occurs very fast through RBC with respect to O2. Correct. The enzyme carbonic anhydrase is absent in blood plasma. No, carbonic anhydrase is present in blood plasma. That's why this activity occurs. Right. You can see this reaction. This is there. Okay. Bicarbonate. There is to CO2. So assertion is true, but reason is false. Third option is our correct answer. Very easy questions. Then question number 169. It is saying that forced deep breathing during rest for some time is followed by temporary stoppage of breathing is because of. So if you put like forced, this is forced deep breathing. So what will happen after that? Some temporary stoppage of breathing because of what? Because basically light CO2, because you are getting more and more oxygen, so there will be very little CO2 in blood. That's why there is sometimes stoppage of breathing. So first option is our correct answer. Then question number 170. It is saying that which are the factors affecting the rates of diffusion. So what are the factors that basically affect the rate of diffusion? It is by pressure gradient, then it is by the concentration of the gases, then solubility of the gases, and also the thickness of the membrane involved in diffusion, but not the reactivity of the gases. So our correct answer will be option number 3, A, B, C, E. Okay, that is the factors basically rate that affects the rate of diffusion. Then question number 171. 171. It is saying that the contraction of which muscle is responsible for normal expiration. Contraction of which is normal expiration. Like this is forced one. This is forced one. Okay. It is normally occurring. This is the 12 to 14 times in a minute. That is the normal one. Okay. So what are the muscles that helps in this? The muscles that helps in this are basically like there is a no muscle. Like this is a passive process, you know that. So expiration is a passive process, that's why there is a no muscle helps in expiration. So fourth option will be our correct answer. It's a very tricky and good question. This question I hope you can expect in 2025. I am predicting. In our full test series, we will put as much of like high level concept questions which can be asked in NEET, directly in NEET. So that if you solve those 10 papers and along with all this, these are practice papers basically, then you can able to score 360 out of 360. We will work very hard for these 10 papers, especially in biology. Then question number 172. It is saying that which substances when present in high levels can activate the chemosensitive area present adjacent to rhythm center. Okay, so which substance when present in high levels can activate. So what substance, if basically CO2 and H plus ions are in high level, that can activate chemosensitive area present adjacent to the rhythm center. They are sensitive for CO2 and H plus ions. Third option. Then question number 173. It is saying that which factors affect the dissociation of O2 from hemoglobin. So dissociation of O2 from hemoglobin. So it is basically low partial pressure of oxygen, then high partial pressure of carbon dioxide, and low partial pH and high temperature. Okay. So here our correct answer will be first option. Then question number 174. It is saying increased asthmatic attacks in certain season are related to low temperature, hot and humid environment, eating fruits preserved in tin container, inhalation of seasonal pollen. Yes, it is correct. It is seasonal pollen when it's just get like in through our nose, then we can have asthmatic attacks in some people who have the allergy, asthmatic allergy or something like that. So nasal decongestant can be used for this. So fourth option will be our correct answer for this question. Then question number 175. It is saying that what happens when pressure within the pulmonary cavity is higher than the atmospheric pressure. So this is your pulmonary cavity. This is the atmosphere. This is the atmosphere. It is saying that when pressure within the pulmonary cavity is higher than the atmospheric pressure. So what will happen? Tell me. There will be expulsion of air. Okay, there will be expulsion of air high to low. So second option will be your correct answer for this question. From air moves from high pressure to low pressure. Then question number 176 for section B. Okay. Next question 176. It is not for section B. There is a typo. Corrected it. So it is saying that which instrument helps in clinical assessment of pulmonary function? A sphygmomanometer, a stethoscope, a spirometer, or electrocardiograph. So stethoscope used for, you know, doctors have this. So sphygmomanometer is also for blood pressure, and then electrocardiograph is for heart activity. So to assess pulmonary function, we have a spirometer. Third option is our correct answer. Then question number 177. This question came in NEET for so many times. Also, when I appeared for NEET in 2021, this question came. At which level of vertebrae of the vertebral column does the trachea divide? That is for T5. T5. Famous. So second option is our correct answer. Then question number 178. It is saying that with reference to human respiration, which is correct? Pulmonary ventilation is equal to alveolar ventilation. No. Alveolar ventilation is less than pulmonary ventilation. Absolutely correct. Pulmonary ventilation will always be the more than alveolar ventilation. Why? Because pulmonary ventilation is a measure of the rate of ventilation referring to the total exchange of air between the lungs and the ambient air. And in normal adult, it is about 6 liter per minute. But alveolar ventilation is a fraction of pulmonary ventilation. It is the amount of air that reaches the alveoli, and it is available for gaseous exchange. Second option is our correct answer. Then question number 179. It is saying that asthma is caused due to infection of lungs, spasm in bronchial muscle, bleeding into pleural cavity, and infection of trachea. So asthma is caused due to spasm in bronchial muscles. Okay, so second option is our correct answer for this question. Second option. Then question number 180. Which of the following is a occupational respiratory disease? What do you mean by occupational respiratory disease? It means by that the occupational respiratory disease means that occurs due to continuous exposure of harmful substances. So it is it diphtheria, is it pneumonia, is it tuberculosis, but asbestosis. So asbestosis is a occupational respiratory disease. Okay, you can say this. Then question number 181. It is saying that by contraction in the diaphragm, volume of the thoracic cavity increases in the dorsoventral axis, anterior-posterior axis, dorso-posterior axis, anterior-posterior axis, anterior-ventral axis. So I have a trick for this, but I don't know if you could avail to or relate to in this, that it is saying that contraction of diaphragm. So I have that APD, Amar Punjabi Dhaba. When I was in Kotas, this Dhaba was very, very famous. Okay. So APD, when contraction of diaphragm, volume of the thoracic cavity increases in anterior posterior axis, and D for diaphragm. Okay. So second option is our correct answer. Those who don't live in Kota, they may be not related, but if they remember this, this question will never be wrong. Then question number 182. It is saying that the condition which are favorable for the formation of oxyhemoglobin. So which are the conditions that are favorable for formation of oxyhemoglobin? When P of partial pressure of O2 is more, partial pressure of CO2 is less, H plus concentration is less, and temperature is also less. The third option is our correct answer. Then the question number 183. It is saying that the primary muscle of inspiration, you know that there is in expiration, there is no muscle involved, and in the primary muscle in inspiration, that is what it is, that is the diaphragm. First option. Rest are additional muscle, but main or primary muscle is the diaphragm. Then question number 184. It is saying that which of the following factors can interfere with the binding of O2 with hemoglobin? Which of the following factors can interfere? Is it P of partial pressure of CO2? Is it H plus concentration? Or is it temperature? So all of this can, you know that the oxygen distribution curve, all of the factors are responsible for shifting to the left or right. So fourth option is our correct answer. Then question number 185. It is saying that the respiratory rhythm center present in pons, aortic arch, medullary region or carotid artery. So the respiratory rhythm pneumotactic center is present on pons, but the respiratory rhythm center is present on medulla oblongata or medulla region. Third option is our correct answer for this question. Then we will move into the section B. That's an assessment design question 186. It is saying that uric acid is produced by the metabolism of purine and pyrimidine. So uric acid is not produced by the metabolism of purine and pyrimidine. Then uric acid is the highest toxic. No, it is the least toxic. So both assertions are false. Fourth option is our correct answer. Then question number 187. It is saying that the inner walls of Bowman's capsule is lined with specialized podocytes having a number of projection. Correct? Then this projection increases the surface area for absorption. So podocyte present in the inner wall of Bowman's capsule, podocytes projection is to increase the limit of size of the filtrate of solutes, not for increasing the surface area for absorption. So third option is our correct answer. Then question number 188. There are so many assessment design questions given so that you can have a practice of assessment design question in some papers, especially human physiology, because most assessment design question will come from human health and disease or either this or human physiology chapters. So ANF, arterial natriuretic factors, is released by the walls of arteria. Correct, obvious. Then it inhibits the release of renin from the juxtaglomerular apparatus. It also correct. This is a function. But this is not the correlated, like arterial natriuretic factor is released by the wall of arteria because it inhibits, this is not correct. So both are correct, but that is not the correct explanation of assertion. So second option will be our correct answer. Then question number 189. You have to pick this. If you solve so many assertion questions, then I don't think you will have any problem while solving this, or you will in some question you will get confused, but most of the question you can answer correctly. And kidneys are retroperineal in position, absolutely correct, you know that. The kidneys are covered with peritoneum only on the ventral surface. Why is it retroperineal? Because kidneys are covered with peritoneum only on the ventral surface. That's why is it called retroperineal. So retroperitoneal, not perineal. Perineal is different thing. We will study in MBBS. Retroperitoneal. Okay. So both are correct, and as reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Then question number 190. Let's see what it is saying. Freshwater fish maintains osmoregulation. Freshwater fish maintains osmoregulation by continuously taking in water and eliminating excess of salts. Okay. Let's read other options. Eliminating excess of water and taking of salts from the environment. Fresh water, right? Okay. So let's see. Taking both water and salt from the environment. This is not the correct thing. This could be not the correct thing. This is, we can eliminate this. Eliminating also not the both. So basically freshwater osmoregulation is maintained by continuously passing out dilute urine. Okay. So uptake of salt due to loss of ions from the body. So second option will be the best suitable answer. Then question number 191. It is saying that the find out the correct statement. Okay, it is saying find out the correct statement. Okay, let's read. An increase in the body volume, body fluid volume stimulate ADH release. No, it doesn't. Okay. A fall in GFR, glomerular blood flow, can activate JG cells to release renin. Yes, sir, correct. And angiotensin 2 being a powerful vasoconstrictor, it is not vasodilator. Decrease in blood flow to the artery of the heart cause the release of arterial natriuretic factor. It is also not correct. So the correct statement is the second option. Then question number 192. As it is saying that which of the following are not correct about angiotensin 2, that is the incorrect. Okay. So it is saying that decrease the glomerular blood pressure. Does it? So it is not correct, right? Then activates the adrenal cortex to release aldosterone. This is correct. Powerful vasoconstrictor, correct. And decrease the GFR. No, it is increase GFR. Activate the JG cells to release renin. So this is also not correct. So there's A, D, E are not correct. And second option is our correct answer. You can read the explanation as well. It is given. Very good explanation. Also, I have written this. The question number 193. Like, which of the following statement is not true? That is same the incorrect thing. Descending loop of Henle is permeable to urea. Okay, so descending limb of loop of Henle is permeable to urea, correct. And DCT functions in Na plus K plus homeostasis. Okay, it is also correct. And descending limb is impermeable to water. No. Descending loop of Henle is permeable to water. Loop of Henle is greatly responsible for concentration of urine. So if you cut the loop of Henle, there will be urine, there will be formation of urine, but the urine will be very diluted. So the correct statement, incorrect statement is here, third option. Then question number 194, there are some diseases are given and you just need to match. Oh my god, I don't know why my laptop is hanging so much. Then glycosuria. Okay, so just break it. Glyco means sugar and suria means, you know, that urine, like something is releasing in urine. So that is basically presence of glucose in urine. Okay. And gout arthritis, you know, that accumulation of uric acids in joints. Okay. Then renal calculi means that mass of crystallite salts within the kidney. And glomerular nephritis, itis means inflammation, so inflammation in the glomeruli. Third option will be your correct answer for this question. Then question number 195. It is saying that angiotensin 2 increases the blood volume by, angiotensin 2 stimulates the blood volume by this way, like the adrenal gland, and then it stimulates the adrenal gland, then aldosterone, then uptake of Na plus occurs from DCT and collecting the signal in DCT to absorb more water. Okay, so you can have many options. So fourth option will be the correct answer, but more than one options are correct. We just explain this. Then question number 196. It is saying that select the true statement. In fishes, kidneys play a major role in ammonia excretion. Okay, in fishes, kidneys play a major role in ammonia. Fishes kidney. I mean, कहाँ से आएगा fishes की kidney? Ammonia is 1 lakh times less toxic than urea. No, ammonia is very toxic, highest toxic, like most toxic. Then sharks retain a large amount of urea in their blood as a major osmolyte to balance the osmolarity of body fluids. This is correct. This one is the correct one. And most terrestrial reptiles excrete ammonia. No, they excrete urea or uric acid. Okay. So basically, shark retains urea and TMO to maintain osmolarity. So third option is the correct answer. If you say this, that oh my god, this option is not given in NCERT, but this is NCERT concept based. I mean, you can eliminate other options and just answer. Just always don't complain that this is not in NCERT. Everything will not come directly from NCERT. It will be concept based. Some questions like how you will decide ranks. So in response to a decreased blood volume and blood pressure, which of the following is not occur? Not occur, doesn't occur. Secretion of renin occurs, absolutely. Secretion of aldosterone occurs, absolutely. Secretion of vasopressin occurs, absolutely. Secretion of ANF, no. Secretion of ANF doesn't occur. In response to increase in blood pressure on the arterial, ANF is secreted, thereby to decrease GFR. So fourth option is our correct answer. Then question number 198. It is saying that a decrease in blood pressure volume will not cause the release of renin, ANF, aldosterone or ADH. So basically, the same thing, same question kind of, but asking differently. Okay. So the next question, question number 199. This I think is the easiest question of this paper. So many times this question has been asked. Which one is the vasoconstrictor? ANF, renin, angiotensin 2 or histamine? So vasoconstrictor will be angiotensin 2. Powerful vasoconstrictor. Then question number 200, the last question of this paper, and will be free. Okay. So we can produce concentrated urine. This facilitated by special mechanism. You know that. I mean, I have explained so many times while discussing other questions. There is the counter current mechanism of Henle's loop and vasorecta. So fourth option is our correct answer. I hope you understand each and every solution, and thank you.